Hey everyone, welcome back to another new video. Today, I'll show you a brilliant chess tactic where white is able to win the game through an incredible sacrifice. In the following position, white is down a knight for a pawn. Black seems to be winning easily if they can consolidate their position. If black is able to take on c3 with the knight or trade the queens on e4, black will have a decisive advantage being up the minor piece. So for example, if white brings this rook to b7 and tries to attack black that way, black will simply go queen e4 and trade off the queens, nullifying any of white's. Therefore, in this position, we know that white needs to figure out something quickly or else they're in deep trouble. Some people might resign in this position as way. However, there's actually an incredible move here, if you simply look for it. What would you do in this position? Take a moment to pause the video and try to find the only sequence that wins for white here. The move you needed to find here was rook e6, a brilliant move that wins the game in all variations. First, let's see what happens if you don't take the rook. If you don't take the rook and simply go king f8 for example, then simply rook b8 would lead to checkmate. A similar story can be said if the king goes to d8. Still rook b8 leads to check, king c7, and then queen b7 is checkmate. Now we have to look at the two options if we take the rook. First, let's look at what happens if the king takes the rook. If the king takes the rook, then queen c6 check also leads to checkmate. King e7 is forced, and now queen f6 is winning. When the king retreats to either e8 or f8, let's look at e8 for example, then rook b8 will lead to checkmate because rook d8 is forced and now rook takes rook. So the last variation that we have to look at is what happens if the pawn takes the rook. Simply queen g7 wins the game. The pawn taken on e6 not only opened up the 7th rank for a queen to check, but it also stopped the crucial escape square for the king. Now, black is forced to retreat, so if king d8, we win back our rook by taking on ha, king c7 is forced, and now queen b8 will end the game. Here, king c6 is forced, queen b5 is the proper technique to stop the king from going to d5, king c7, queen b6, king c8, and finally queen b8 is checkmate. If you like this game and would like to see others like it, subscribe and let me know in the comments. And as always, have a great day and I'll see you next time.